Opening stuff from Mini GT has been a thrill more than opening like Atomic Limited Vintage, because if you know my experience was Mini GT, the quality control hasn't always been consistent, but I'm glad to say, very, very much glad to say, this one is pretty much perfect. Not 100% perfect, but pretty much. And everything I've seen can totally be ignored, especially considering some of the bad examples I've seen. So this is the Porsche 911, the 9 Alpha GT2 RS with the Weissach package. Weissach being, of course, Porsche's tuning, you know what I mean, tuning thingy. And this is number 63, which means chronologically it will be right here. So behind the Toyota Supra, which had a pretty bad paint scratch, and before the Bentley Continental GT, which was pretty good, most things considered, got a bit of missing paint, but that's pretty minor for Mini GT in my opinion, or in my personal experience. And this thing looks great. One thing I have to note is that Mini GT, it's just really hard to know when things came out. There's nothing on the packaging, on the box, or on the model itself that has any year mentioned to it. And I looked it up on their website. Again, doesn't say when it came out. I went and found one of their Facebook posts, which came out I think in June or July 2019, which solidifies, okay, this came out 2019. Otherwise, it doesn't say. One thing I do have to mention is I think Mini GT, at least the American releases, have like the best packaging I know of. If you want cars on the blister, obviously you can do that. If you want the cars out, obviously you can do that. And if you want a box to carry it, there's a box for you. And if you're one of the people that collect backing cards after you've opened up something, it's really, really easy. It's kind of the best of both worlds, like the two-parter with the Borg from Star Trek TNG, or the theme song to Hannah Montana. And obviously, having the plastic being completely enveloping the cardboard, it's very easy to separate the two, so it'll be easy to recycle as well. So I definitely love the way these things are packaged for the U.S. market. But we're here to look at the car, right? By the way, this is the GT2 RS. This is specifically the 991 version, and with the GT2 RS, it's basically the best performance you can get out of a 911. By the way, can I say one of the things I don't like about Porsche is the way they name their cars, especially the 911s. They just keep calling it 911 even after several generations. And it's like, it's not, they call it the 911, but it's also the 991. So in my opinion, like, either just say like 911 generation, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 52, or whatever. Or do just call them like 911 and 991 and 930s, like one way or the other. Just confusing this way to me. It's one of the things I don't like about Porsche. Another thing I don't like about Porsche is how they still pretty much throw a hissy fit whenever someone mentions that Ferdinand Porsche worked with Hitler and used actual slave labor in his company. I was reading on Wikipedia about Porsche, and because he was born in what used to be Czechoslovakia, what is now the Czech Republic, and they had a museum there for him, right? Because he is one of the most famous people born in that specific town, which the name to which I forget. And I think it was in 2013. I'm not reading this. In the 21st century, the museum decided that they want to mention some of the bad things he did, including slave labor, first and foremost. And Porsche would not have any of it, and they just completely cut off all of their previous support, which is concerning, considering that Germany has been pretty good with the whole Vergangenheitsbewältigung, or the Vergangenheitsaufarbeitung, like basically dealing with their Nazi history, Nazi past. Didn't happen overnight. It was mostly in like the late 70s and early 80s, and was very, very complicated. The American TV series Holocaust had a lot to deal with it, just more exposure and education. East Germany handled it better than West Germany for the longest time, although their methodology is also somewhat problematic, but they handle like the Germans were the bad guys a little bit better. But anyway, yeah, especially in 2020, or the 21st century, the Germans are very, very good at this. It's been touted as uh, pretty much an example for other countries like America and Germany and Turkey and how to deal with their own history. And then here Porsche is like, don't say anything bad about Ferdinand Porsche, even though it's like completely factual. And then think about the fact that Porsche is owned by Volkswagen, which apparently didn't stop them from doing it. Volkswagen, obviously, as you know, started under Hitler, and it's strange that they never changed names because I mean, it literally means people, right? That's the most direct translation. But in German, das Volk. The Volk is a very ethnic thing. It's a national connotation, national and ethnic, if not going to the extent of nationalistic and racial. So it's weird, and it's also weird that they're not stopping Porsche from doing this. But they make really, really good looking cars, I have to say. And the 911, and I think it is one of the best looking cars ever. They just designed the 911 and just fired their entire design team, because what are you going to do with them? But this Mini GT version is pretty perfect. It's really good. You can see on the hood the black carbon fiber detail really nicely. There's a bit of a chip here. You can see. Well, it's not really a chip, but it's a bit weird. You can see it's something happening over here. But it's, like I said, very minor. So very minor. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. On the side, you can see lens headlights, as you would expect from Mini GT. Realistic rims, authentic rims, GT2 RS written on the side, a little bit more carbon fiber carrying over here. Rubber side mirrors, as you would expect, no chrome on the inside. Some more details on the side. Backlights, again, lensed plastic pieces, GT2 RS written here. Porsche on the back wing. I'm pretty sure the back wing is plastic. Ooh. I didn't realize there's writing under or like underneath the wing too. I think it says Porsche. Again, I'm shaking a little bit. I think it says Porsche. Again, carbon fiber details, really nice. Focus. Yeah, on the other side, it's pretty much the same thing, and underneath says Mini GT. Do you see a bit of a detailed underside? Mini GT made in China. Not much to see here. Overall, I'm very pleased, and it does show, to me at least. Hopefully this means that Mini GT's quality control has been much better. I love it. I definitely want to get more stuff from it. Like, Mini GT just seems to me like a company that's trying to do better with their Lamborghini. They tried to release last year but had a production problem and everything. So like, we're going to recall everything, excuse me, which just seems which shows they care about their production, which I really love. I don't have a lot of Porsches at True 164, which is surprising. I do have a Tarmac Works Porsche, another 991 coming in, which set me back a little. But this is the 930 Turbo from Schuco. You can see as it rotates back, help them out just a little. Okay, I can slow down now. Looks good next to each other. You can see like generation to generation. I do love the 991, but the 930 is so great looking, like more classical look to it, a bit more vintage. Both really cool models. And another model from Schuco would be the 918 Spider, a bit more contemporary. Yeah, look really good next to each other. Great stuff. And this model I think it doesn't roll that well. It still rolls, don't get me wrong. Let's see. Pay attention to the front wheels. It locks up pretty easily, but if you press it down here, it's fine. I think it's just a bit more pressure, a bit more friction down on the front axle, but still overall fine. And like I said, it just means I can't send it through a booster. Oh no, I was totally planning on doing that. So I do like it a whole ton. I love to have it in my collection. It's lovely. I know this year Mini GT is coming out with a Lamborghini Huracan, which I definitely look into getting. There's some other I'm gonna get political for a second. Yay. Here's where thumbs down, dislike right here, unsubscribe. But they also have some of the Lamborghinis made by modded by Liberty Walks. and some of the Nissan GTR as well. And those are the ones I'm never going to get because, well, if you haven't realized, the Liberty Walks, their logo is still the Japanese Imperial war flag from, most notably from World War II, which weren't the nicest people, shall we say. They're just weird, especially after saying like Germany for the most part has dealt with their history pretty well. It's just really, really weird, and in my opinion, not cool to see some people still touting that, and it's doubly ironic because there's literally liberty in their company. That these people either just don't know their history or are actually Japanese imperial nationalists, which not really cool with either. So I'm not gonna support that personally. And it's also weird seeing like Americans in other countries like buying into that. Especially, Liberty Walks have a lot of cars specifically with the rising sun, what the flag is called, on their cars. It's weird seeing Americans and other people buying into that. It's like, dude, you probably have like a grandfather or something, or a great uncle who fought against these people. Some of them probably died as a result of imperial Japanese aggression and war crimes and all that. Why are you supporting this? It's just I can't really stand for it. I would still love to get a Mini GT's GTR. I would love to get a TLV GTR and compare them alongside with the Greenlight one I have. And I know Mini GT also does like Pandem stuff, which I'm interested in checking out, the RWB stuff. I have one from Hot Wheels. I'm not really interested in getting some more, but if I see opportunity with good pricing, I'll get them. But Liberty Walks is where I draw the line personally. I usually prefer the more stock version anyway, so it's not like it's a hard decision for me to make. But they're also coming out with their Land Rover Defender, rally winning car, which looks really, really cool. I do want to get that. The new Corvette C8 looks really cool. The BMW E3, oh my god, what is it, the M3? The M3, right? Oh, I would love to get. GT just has a lot of stuff, and I think I'm definitely going to focus on their newer releases just for a quality control sake. They do seem to be a lot better, which also means I'll be spending a lot of money. I'm very, very glad to see Mini GT with better quality control. Like, I don't buy something expecting to hate it, hoping to hate it. I want it to be right, and I'm definitely rooting for Mini GT to get it right. I would also get love to get the Actros car hauler, but that's not happening considering how expensive it is. It's not happening, unfortunately. I also love to get their parking lot, but it's really hard to find it seems. Which is unfortunate. But it's a lot of words, but this is the main piece, right? The Mini GT Porsche 911, the 9 Alpha. What are you called? 911 GT, or specifically the 991 GT2 RS with the Weissach package. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like what you see. Like I said, great model, no quality control flaws. Well, barely any, and it's pretty much, in my book, it's perfect. Thank you very much for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.